Hello, everybody. Welcome to the MUFIC channel. And today we have for the MUFIC Songwriter of the Month of August 2018, Lee Burns. Lee, how are you
I'm
today?
doing great, thanks.
Excellent.
Appreciate it.
Glad you can make it.
Thanks. Great to be here.
Awesome. So, tell me a little bit about yourself. Did you have musical influences with your family? Was your family a musical family or anything like that?
Not really. Growing up, I listened to all kinds of music. With my brothers, I had a lot of older brothers and sister, and so they listened to the Beatles and what's happening, Hendrix and things like that. And my older brother was in a band in high school, so I used to go hang out with him. And I'm like 10 years old, and so I would just sit with the band while he's playing bass, and he's been playing bass forever. He's still playing bass in a band down in South Florida. And so just kind of hanging out with him and then listening to their music. And then with my other family, with my stepdad, he was into country. So he liked Johnny Cash, Buck
Mm-hmm.
Owens, Merle
Right,
Haggard, that
right.
type. I hated it. um, it just wasn't something I liked at the time. But as I've grown older, I've grown to appreciate it a lot more. But as my younger days, I didn't really care for it. So I was more into the Beatles, Zeppelin, ZZ Top, Rush, whoever, right? So all that kind of influenced me over time. But just learning about music, I always had some sort of musical instrument in the house, whether it's maybe a makeshift piano or a guitar laying around. So that's where I kind of picked up some of my musical background and influences from.
That's really cool. So, you grew up with instruments in the house.
Yep, I did.
Some people just do not get that opportunity. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, usually there was a guitar, an old beat up guitar around, but and I would try to plunk at it best I could, or just learn some riffs from Beatles songs like Day Tripper, right? So
Right.
or something
Great
along those
riff.
lines, and then maybe Smoke on the Water. You know, every teenager learns Smoke on the Water type of thing. But after that, just kind of just tried to hang out and play and get guitars when I could and play them and just learn that way.
Really cool.
Yeah.
So, who helped you jump into it? Like, know, learn more. Who expanded
Uh,
your ability?
sure. So I spent 25 years in the Air Force, traveling around all over the world. And I've always had, again, a guitar with me, and I played and just kind of practice, you know, and I try to learn some songs and or some riffs or things like that. But I always felt that I was kind of stuck, right? I just kind of reached, I wasn't going to get any further. So after I retired from the Air Force in Delaware, in Dover, Delaware, I went to work for this box company as a quality manager. So every day coming home, I would drive home, and every once in a while, this car, or this truck rather, would swing by, drive by me. And on the back of it said, Larry D's House of Music. Learn how to play guitar. And one day I got the courage of, you know, I'm going to call that guy. And so I jotted down this number, or memorized it rather, and gave him a call and met him. And it kind of took off from there. And Larry D's from Delaware, but he's a studio musician, a professional musician, retired. So he had his own little studio set up where he taught people how to play guitar. And we're still friends. We talk quite a bit, quite often. But he expanded my entire world about music and about guitar playing because he could play almost anything. He could play all kind of genres. But his background was more of a Merle Travis style, picking some bluegrass. But he could play jazz. He could play country. He could play rock. He showed me Stevie Ray Vaughan licks. He showed me parts of chords I never realized that. Hey, wow, I could play this portion of a chord, or I can play this lick and slide it into a chord, and these other aspects. And he'd always get after me about slowing down. I'm playing way too fast. Let the music breathe.
Right.
And so he had a lot of, and he still does, as a matter of fact. He has a lot of influence on my music and how I approach music and how I learn music. So I'm still learning. I don't think we ever stop learning
No, we never do.
how to play
Learn
music.
every
So
day
it's
if you're
something new every
yeah,
day that comes along. And he's
right.
kind of just opened that door for me. So I owe a lot, quite a bit, to what I'm doing now to Larry D.
Larry D sounds like quite an individual.
He is. He's very interesting. He's a great guy, though.
Really cool.
Yes.
Tell me more about songwriting in general. How'd you get into songwriting then? If Larry D showed you all the licks and
hmm
you've been around musical instruments and You've been plucking and been picking, all that good stuff. So what got you into songwriting?
Mainly because I was bored of doing covers. I wanted to do something else. And I knew there was something more inside me that I wanted to expand and be more artistic about versus just strumming chords and playing covers. So that's when I got into more, let me see if I can start writing songs. And then it kind of developed from there. And again, as we as I progress along this path in music, it's always a learning process. I'm still learning how to write songs, how to structure songs, how to set timings, all that kind of stuff.
Right.
But it's just way fun. It's just amazing.
It is fun, isn't it?
Yeah.
So when you're writing songs, do you come up with a melody or the lyrics first for you?
Yes.
Right? Go ahead.
Well, it really depends at the moment. Sometimes some songs would come really fast at me. For instance, I wrote a song called Liquor and Candy. And I had been drinking bourbon one night, and I kind of had the munchies, and I wanted some more bourbon. So I went and got a glass of bourbon, but on the counter was a bag of Skittles. I saw liquor and candy, and then it just took off from there. And I wrote that song in about 20 minutes. And I think it's a pretty good song to do. Other songs I've kicked around, I'm still kicking around. Maybe I have about 4 or 5 songs that I've got the structure down, and I've got some words, but I haven't really finished them. So I don't know if it's maybe my procrastination or laziness, or there's something blocking that from happening. So yes, so it really depends on. But usually what happens, I'll come across a chord structure or chord pattern that I really dig. And then I start thinking about how that melody may go, and then the words may come later when I think this may be more appropriate for this song, whatever words I'm trying to do.
Sure, I see that.
Yep.
I can understand that completely. So some people say in certain circles that the best songs are not written, they're rewritten. So there's that.
Yes.
With your struggle of, is it procrastination or not? Don't worry about it. It'll come.
Yep. Thanks.
It will come. So, what about, do you have any songs that have made you cry ever? It's hard. That's a tough question.
No.
No?
No, I try to stay away from sad songs, or I don't even like watching sad movies, and my wife
Right.
would attest to that. But no, not really.
Well, that's fine. That's good.
I have a "Woe Is Me" song. I call it "Woe Is Me,"
but it's
my wife doesn't like it, of course, but that's probably maybe the saddest song ever written. So.
I got you. So you're more upbeat. You don't want to write any kind of sappy, sad songs.
No.
More like,
not really.
Yeah. If you're going to have fun with it, why not, right?
Right.
Awesome. So what song are you going to do for us today?
Flow with the Go.
Flow with the Go.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm looking forward to playing on it.
I'm looking forward to playing it.
It's going to be so much fun. Lee Burns, everybody.
Thanks. 1, 2, 3, 4. Been on this road a long time, and I don't know when it's gonna end. Seems like a long time, but I do know where I've been. Looking back at the years, I shed a lot of tears. But there's one thing I know what to do. Oh baby, stay in the groove with you. Gotta keep it simple, keep it slow. Let your mind flow with a go. Let your mind flow with a go. It's in your heart, it's in your soul. Open your ears, open your mind. Soon you'll be feeling so fine. Looking back through the years, I grin to the tips of my ears. But with the good and the bad, you're the best friend I've ever had. But I ain't quite done yet. I got oceans and oceans swirling through my head. But when there's times I don't know what to do, I remember I've got a good friend in you. Gotta keep it simple, keep it slow. Let your mind flow with a go. Let your mind flow with a go. It's in your heart, it's in your soul. Open your ears, open your mind. Soon you'll be feeling so fine. Let your mind flow with a go. It's in your heart, it's in your soul. Open your ears, open your mind.